Smudge, first chance we've had to catch up with you since you joined here at MK Dons. How have you found your first few weeks at Stadium MK?
I've absolutely loved it, and to be fair, obviously coming in and it's been a real easy settling in period for me. Obviously knowing the gaffer and knowing Hoggy and Righty for the best part of 10, 12 years now. So they've made me feel really welcome, as has everybody at the club, to be honest. From the people upstairs to everybody around the offices in the stadium, and even the players, to be fair, have been really accepting of me early on. So yeah, I'm buzzing to be here.
Obviously coming in here under unique circumstances, difficult circumstances with what Lewis is going through at the moment and battling. But I know you're someone the gaffer's leaned on as someone he knows and trusts to come in and kind of continue to ensure the goalkeepers are having the work they need through the week with the support of someone like David Martin as well.
First and foremost, Anthony, and I think it's really important for me to kind of send my best wishes to Pricey. He's someone I know and someone I'm desperate to get better and to come back and get back to this football club and do what he does best. Because it's adamant here with the quality of the goalies, with Jamie, with Franco, with Ronnie and Dave. The fantastic work he's done already. Listen, and I'm here just to continue that and hope that he gets himself back fit and gets him back here doing what he does best.
Absolutely. And you touched on the goalkeepers that we've got here. A real range of goalkeepers in terms of their experience, and David Martin at one end of his career, who's played a number of games, played at the highest level. The longest serving goalkeeper in this club's history as well. Jamie, who's starting to establish himself now as one of the best goalkeepers, I think, in this level, and then someone like Ronnie and Franco that are right at the start of their careers, getting their first taste of senior football, league football. You must enjoy kind of working with that wide range of goalkeepers.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It really, really is. And Dave's been great, to be fair, since I've been in. It's been fantastic to lean on him and pick his brains about the lads' characters. But ultimately, whether you're 36 or whether you're, a young lad like Jay or Ronnie and Franco, trying to establish their way in the game. I'm just trying to do with them what I do best and develop goalies, and whether they're, like I said to you, whether they're a young lad like Ronnie or they're 36 like Dave, they've all got little bits and little habits that, I'd like to change and develop with them and make them better goalies.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about your career as a coach, as a developer. Where did it all begin for you, and how have you got to this point today where you're obviously here at MK Dons?
I've been coaching now full time for probably the best part of 12 years now. Got asked to go into Ipswich part time and work with the young academy lads. And moved on from there to West Ham, and then back to Ipswich, funnily enough, so back up the A12 to head up the academy, and then got a real good opportunity to kind of dual role, if you like, to work with the academy and the first team. But while doing that, got an opportunity to go and work away with Wales, to work with the under-19s and the under-21s, and work in the Euro Championships with them, which was a fantastic learning opportunity for me. And then headed off to Colchester for 3 years, and here I am at this fantastic football club.
A wide range of experiences then, but coming into MK Dons, what have you made of this setup? Obviously, I know you touched on at the start, the gaffer, the coaches here, but getting to know these group of players, what have you made of the whole setup here at MK Dons?
I've absolutely loved, it's fantastic, Ant, to be honest. It's, like you touched on, knowing the gaffer and knowing Hoggy and Righty as I do. I knew that it would be a hard-working environment, I knew it would be a trustworthy environment, in terms of, trusting people to go about their work and do their work. And it's just been a fantastic environment, mate, even with kind of results maybe not going the way that we wanted. Always kind of knew that it would turn around in the end, as it has the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's certainly starting to turn around as you touched on, and look, we know we've still got a long way to go, and certainly in the league in terms of improving the league position, but certainly plenty to build on, and there's a real sense here. I think the momentum's starting to build after the last few results and performances as well, which have looking more like us as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think the gaffer's obviously emphasised in his own interviews, about us trying to play his way, play the MK Dons way, and do what we do best. And I certainly think maybe the last 5 or 6 weeks we've got back to that. We've had some fantastic results. Obviously beating Charlton, drawing at Cheltenham, which in my opinion we should have won the game. And obviously Saturday's result was the icing on the cake, to be fair, with over 6-0 win. And it wasn't just about the 6-0 win. It was the way we went about it. Because as you've seen over the weekend, I think the gaffer alluded to it in his meeting earlier. Now there was 12 results over the weekend that, perhaps you'd have looked at on the scorecard and thought, well, they're kind of given results, So could have quite easily been a banana skin for us. But our behaviour and our attitudes towards it was first class, and I think kind of seen in the performance and the amount of goals we scored.
For sure, and as well as the amount of goals we scored, it was another clean sheet, which has kind of been the bedrock of the form recently. And I know that obviously it's what goalkeepers want, and as a goalkeeper coach, I'm sure your goalkeepers are delighted with the clean sheets. But I know it's a team effort, isn't it? And everyone's really contributed. But you keep clean sheets, you give yourself a chance to win a football match because you can't lose it.
Yeah, of course you do. You always start. You always start at 3 o'clock on a Saturday with 1 point, right? 0-0. So ultimately, if we don't let in a goal, the worst we can walk away with is a point, like you've just said. So, but no, listen, going back to it, you're right. It's a whole team effort. And I know the gaffer and the coaching staff are massive on it in terms of defending from the front. So it's not just a pat on the back to the defensive boys and the goalies. It's a real pat on the back to the whole squad, really, because everybody's played their part in the amount of clean sheets we've kept of late.
For sure, and focusing on Saturday and looking ahead to Tuesday, cup competitions, bread and butter is obviously the league, where the focus needs to go in terms of improving the league position at the moment. But cup competitions do carry their importance. The FA Cup's a competition you always want to be a part of. And it does provide another game, another opportunity to pick up a win, but also to give players some chances as well, those that aren't really getting involved in league football. So I suppose the more games the merrier in that sense, and to do that you need to win these games in the Cups. Yeah,
of course. Listen, whatever game the gaffer picks, it's an opportunity for players to make an impression on him, I guess. Because like you say, we've got a big league game against Derby on Saturday. And whatever the team the manager picks tomorrow night is an opportunity for someone to go, Gaffer, I'm here. I'm ready to play. Come on, put me in the team. And ultimately that's the lads. That's the lads' choice. They've got to be putting themselves in front of the gaffer's eye line, saying, come on, pick me, put me in the team. And give him a tough choice.
Absolutely, and there'll be a few doing that for Tuesday against Morecambe, and a team in League One that we know well, a tough one, but obviously the carrot at the end of it is a chance to get to the fourth round, which is great for a club of this level to get to that stage of the competition and potentially draw one of the big guns and provide a memorable moment for everyone. So plenty on offer tomorrow night.
Yeah, of course. It's a fantastic opportunity to maybe get one of the Premier League sides at home, but before we can even think about that, we've got a real tough game against Morecambe here. And obviously knowing Derek and coaching against his side, there won't be any pushover. They certainly won't come here and roll over. They'll come over here and have a real hard go, and we've got to be at our best to get a win.